Come on. 0 level 6 resources. Okay, Scoots! Hey! Hello, man. Finally early for once? Yeah. Yeah, I believe this is, right now is like the perfect, maybe even like half an hour earlier, but even this as a schedule is not half bad. But it's a lot better than started like an hour later than this. Most of the people are sleeping by that time or are just too lazy to join in, so. Alright, so let's see what do we have to do today. So much stuff. Let's start with the canyon. Most of the stuff that I always leave for the very last minute because I'm just too lazy to do them at work, or better yet throughout the day, because whenever you do them at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter too much. So okay, ouch, that was a loss, that sucks. Let's see, yeah, we gotta do this part right here. We gotta go for the boost, be like 8, boom, 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 and boom. All of this stuff right here. Let's see, do we need to like collect any resources? Hopefully not. Nah, I just gotta do some barbs instead. Let's just go by Tomes of Knowledge. Yeah, let's just do this one. Okay, done though. Let's see what else. We had 90 points. We gotta do the, yeah, we are opening them. We are opening them. Ah, man. Very good, I'm super tired though. And what is funny is that I even slept. Like, I came home early today from work. I slept as soon as I came. I slept about like 3 or 4 hours, but I'm still tired as hell. I don't know, man. It's just, I guess it's kind of like the heatness of the summer. It really gets you tired, and you just cannot. Even the sleep is not like high quality, you know. It's kind of like the low quality sleep. Okay, so we can join the Dober one. Actually, no, I can join the 0 one ASAP as soon as I finish this one. Did I do everything from the expedition today? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, everything is good in here. You know what I need? What I actually need to do is to enable my Streamlabs to send an automated message to my Discord whenever I'm live, but not just copy paste the link, but also message with it, you know? So I actually gotta do that. I actually gotta do something like that. Let's see who's doing that. Is it like Lomo or Zero? It's gotta be, let's go for Lomo right here. He is 2 minutes away. Okay, I'm coming, buddy. And we got the books, which is nice. Now that we finally finished everything, okay, I gotta kill one more barb. Literally one more barb. I really do have to kill one more barb. But after we kill this one, we should be good to go. The quest is finished. It's only the training troops that I gotta do. Even that is, honestly, it's gonna get finished by the end of tomorrow or something. Or probably by the end of this this training right here. Like there's 5,000 there's 6,000 troops in here, so thinking yeah, actually both of these quests are gonna get finished in less than an hour. I'm doing quite well on both of them. I will be completing my Ceroli scrolls. I'll be getting the rewards. Ultimate reward, by the way. Open to select one of the following legendary chest armors. Okay, so I just gotta reach level 50 for that. Shadow Legion Retribution Blueprint, Hope Cloak, which I have. The Milky Way Blueprint. What exactly is the Milky Way? I don't remember that. Wait a minute. Let me just check. I have zero idea of what the hell the Milky Way is. Heavy armor of the Hellish Wasteland. This was one of them. I don't need it. I don't need this one. Okay. Shadow Legion Retribution, not really needed. Hope Cloak, which I do have. The Milky Way, it's archers, so now probably I will not be needing this one. Let's see what else did we have in here that maybe we can use. We can use the honestly, none of them actually suits my case. Like the Hope Cloak is the only one that actually is good, but I got that. So okay, I'll be going for Hope Cloak, probably to like max it out or something. I don't remember if my Hope Cloak is wait, right here. My Hope Cloak is not refined. Okay, so we'll just go for the Hope Cloak. So with the Hope, because we want to refine it. I guess that's basically what we're gonna do. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be getting. But yeah, nothing good, should being said. Okay, I better start another one. This one is finished. Let's see. Let me find level 5. This one is being done. What about this one? Nice. Let's go. Let's claim the daily AP, because sometimes I usually just forget to claim them. No books, no books, no books. Alright. By the way, how we're doing in this one? We are actually level 6. This is actually really good. You know, compared to the last time where we basically finished level 5, and that was like the last day. We barely managed to get to level 5 the last day. Now that we have 3 more days, but we're still level 6, it's not that bad. And once I finish this one, it's gonna be even better. Yeah, so this alliance mobilization is going a lot better than the last time for sure. Okay, what else I gotta do? Defeat 5 barbs on the map. We should do that too, yeah. Do I have any daily quests or stuff that I haven't finished? Victorious Heart. Okay. I'm completing this one as we speak. The Mightiest Governor hasn't started yet. 3 more days until we move to 3269, and then we're gonna keep grinding even more. Oh, but now that I'm thinking about it, wait a minute. Wait a minute. 729. Okay, so I gotta wait. No, I actually cannot go to 3269 straight away, because I gotta wait for the alliance mobilization rewards to happen, you know, because so I'm positive that 3269 opens in they open in basically 3 days, which is at 26th, 27th, 28th. Actually no, it's the 29th. Okay, so I can basically claim the rewards from the alliance mobilization, and then I can come like straight away. Am I doing the calculations right? Like it's the 29th, not the 28th. Either way, like it shouldn't really be the biggest of issues because the migration season doesn't exactly happen like straight away. But it's not like a 24-hour thing. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually we cool on that. Typhoon, hey brother, it's been a while since the last time I saw you. How are you doing, man? How's your kingdom going? Everything good in there? To those who do not know, if I'm not mistaken, Typhoon Alpha is the king of 3157. Am I doing if I remember the name of the kingdom correctly, I'm pretty sure it is 3157. Is it this one? Yeah, it should be this one, technically. Or am I missing something? Well, one of the kings. He's an amazing guy, and he's running quite a successful kingdom, which I could have gone to. I just didn't because there he is. Yep. He's running quite the amazing kingdom. The only reason as to why I couldn't go there is because I already talked to Scutes about 3269, so I didn't want to go back on my word. But that being said, 3157 it's also a really great kingdom to go to. It's a chill one, but that doesn't mean that they don't take stuff seriously. It's just not as I would say it's not as busy as an Imperium or an Acid, so you can have fun at the same time while also playing the game. By the way, do my sounds of eating grape actually disturb anyone, or because I've never heard myself eating on the live stream. Now that I'm thinking about it, it might actually be quite a disturbing noise. Yeah, no worries, Cutes. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually cool. Like your migration opens in 29th, and that's exactly when I get the that's exactly when I get the rewards from the Alliance mobilization. So I'll probably be coming from the very first day over there. All good, brother. Currently off work with ankle infection. Oh, that sucks, man. What happened? Is it like kind of from overworking, or what exactly happened? Did you have like an injury at work, something? I wish you good healing, man. I honestly hope that you can get back on your feet as soon as possible. Because I remember my mother got like had an ankle, like she almost broke her ankle about 2 or 3 months ago, something. And the worst part wasn't the fact that like her ankle hurt. The worst part was the fact that she was supposed to stay home for 2 full weeks healing her ankle and not even get up from the bed. And that was like the worst part because she really couldn't. Like she's the type of woman that's been used to working 12 to 16 hours per day, and you know she just had to do something, man. Like I'm telling you, there's nothing worse. Like remember the COVID days in 2019? The worst part was actually staying at home and not doing anything. Like it was like a complete torture. You just can't do that, like in my opinion. So honestly, I hope that you heal fast and you can get back on your feet as soon as possible, man. Truth being said, between getting my ass to work, getting extremely tired, and just staying home doing nothing, I would just rather choose to go at work. And honestly, I just go for the work. Like if you're talking like long term, I mean, I can stay like 3 or 4 weeks at home, but that's about it. Even when I'm sick, I really cannot stay at home. It's the worst feeling ever whenever you're kind of like imprisoned, I guess. Okay, we really gotta finish this one though. We gotta kill one more barb, but I'm gonna kill 3, because why not? I'm gonna chain this right here. I gotta kill one more barb and then reset. Also waiting to see if we're gonna start any new, because I don't want to go right here because they have 600,000 like 3 guys doing this already. So if I go in here, probably I'm not gonna get the tier 4 rewards and I'm gonna miss on the books. That's why I'm waiting for something new. Like, you really gotta be looking to maximize those profits. Actually, since we are here, let me do 2 more so I can just finish the quest. Ah, it's too far away though. Like, it's possible to chain this too, it's just gonna be a pain. I gotta be like super careful and make sure one doesn't run away. Okay, they're just like to the very extreme. That's like the problem about it. Okay, let's see if he comes in here, it's doable. Okay, just a little bit more, please. Thank you. And there we go. There we go. Nice. Just don't reset. If I could work, I would, but I can't walk out of the front yard right now. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking, man. Like, it's the worst feeling is the fact that you just cannot move at all and you cannot do much. So I know just how bad it feels whenever you're like imprisoned into your bed or your house or something. Like, your house probably not as much, but into your bed, like whenever you gotta stay like laid down the whole time, our bodies are just not built to rest for that long, man. I couldn't do it. Like, I remember when I was like doing COVID days and we were supposed to stay home the whole time, like not even go outside. I'm telling you, man, I went through a complete crisis. Like, my stress levels were all over the roof. If anything, I feel like more people died out of stress than they died out of COVID. Like, I feel like their health probably deteriorated just because they were just like so stressed out about the fact that they were staying home all the time. They couldn't do anything. All they were looking at the news were like bad news of people dying. So of course that also gets your I would say like gets your mentality to think badly about how you're gonna die, how stuff like fear is also like another factor. So I'm not saying that COVID wasn't like a real thing, it was definitely a real thing, okay, but I'm telling you, a lot of people actually died also because their health deteriorated due to stress. Like, it was kind of like a mix of the two. I believe that uh, my grandpa died because of that. Like, his uh, his health was relatively good, but he was really worried about it. Like, he was really scared about COVID. So I feel like one of the main reasons as to why unfortunately he passed away, it's because he was so scared that his health deteriorated. Like, as soon as he heard that he had COVID, he literally like lost it. He wasn't the same guy anymore for the 15 days that he was sick. And yeah, anyway, I don't want to get into like that deep discussion anymore, but point is, by the way, what kind of job do you do, Typhoon? Someone please start something. Oh, you're a cook. Okay, that's amazing, man. That's actually an amazing profession. Like everyone loves it. It's a respected profession. You basically prepare food for others, which is like the best thing. If you're a good cook, you're basically like I don't know, like everyone. It's a very respected profession, is what I mean, because uh, everyone wants good food on their plate at the end of the day, or whenever they go out or something. What kind of like are you like a cook at like a restaurant that goes for what dishes usually? Like what is your specialty? Like kind of like sushi, normal like normal food, or like desserts? Like what exactly is that you're cooking normally? Your area of expertise, if I might say so. Is it fish? Maybe. Oh, come on, someone start another one though, please. Like, I really want to get this thing over with. I'm wasting time as it is. More of pub food, so quite basic. I mean, it might be basic, but it's definitely very much eat it food. So it's not. There's honestly there's no such thing as a basic food. Like I've seen guys just do amazing stuff even with the most basic ingredients. So even in pub food, like stuff matters. You know, kind of like the fries, how fried they are, the meat, how cooked, well done, or rare, or whatever American guys call them, you know, those stuff. But all of that just matters. Like if you can make a delicious dish. I remember some places where I went where the fast food was terrible, and I remember some other places where I went where the fast food was magical. So I'm telling you, like, just because it's like basic food that you it's not like a special dish or something, it doesn't exactly mean that it's not a good of good weight, you know. I'm telling you, it's even the most basic food, if it's cooked well, it can really impress you. And if it's uncooked well, it can basically destroy your day. So yeah, congrats on that, man. How old are you again? Guys, any forts? I'm really trying to understand if these people are like out of AP or something, or they're just lazy to start a fort. I believe it's the later, because whenever I start a fort, I see like 4 or 5 guys joining me, but very few people will like start a fort on their own sometimes. "27, feel like an old man? Brother, you are my age. What the hell are you even talking about?" You are literally my age, man. Like, we are the same age. Come on. You're not an old man. Like, if you're an old man, then I'm an old man, so I really cannot accept that. Like, if I call you an old man, I would basically shoot myself in the face. It's pretty much the same thing. Nah, man, don't worry about it. Your whole life is ahead of you. Your whole life is ahead of you. Trust me, like, you have no idea. Like, I heard like okay, I heard like more like I read some stuff. I remember like a while back, and it was like a really cool expression, which basically said that a guy in his 30s is basically young enough to understand that he still has time, but he's old enough to understand that how precious time is. So the point is, you have enough time, but you also gotta make the best of it right now. Like you really gotta start now, you know. You basically start to learn just how precious time is, just how something that you do today is going to turn out to be an investment of tomorrow. And you basically that's when you, like, at your 30s, early 30s, is when you basically start to understand like the true meaning of life. Like you got that experience coming into you, you realize what the world is all about, you realize the battles that you want to fight, you realize the battles that you don't want to fight. You basically find yourself through life. So all of that stuff matters, man. Are you like in a relationship right now? Are you like single? Like what exactly is your status at the moment, you know? Because I feel like that also matters. I feel like that also matters just a little bit. Okay, when I was like kind of like single, I was more like carefree, but now that I'm in kind of like a relationship, okay. Life is not as easy, I ain't gonna lie, but at the same time it's also like it's something that pushes you to keep going forward, man. Like you start thinking about your future, your family, your stuff like that. I'm not saying that I'm gonna do any of that like right now. I'm definitely 100%, unless it happens by mistake, but I'm definitely 100% not gonna have like a child or a kid, or not gonna even be married until I'm like 30 or 32 or something like that. But you know, it's kind of like it pushes you, like relationships push you to go forward if it's the right person. So all of that stuff matters, but at the same time you also realize that at the end of the day, Didi, hey, welcome to the stream, brother. How are you today? But like I was saying, at the same time you basically realize that you also realize that life is not all about the relationship. It's more about you personally as well, meaning that you just wanna like right now my goal is to just take myself to where I want to be. Like if I have a goal about my work, I want to reach it. If I have a goal about my activities, I want to reach it. If I have a goal about my Rise of Kingdoms, I want to reach it. Like I'm trying my best to create like a personality and a mentality where if I want to reach something, I gotta make it happen 100%. Otherwise I'm gonna get used to the idea of failing. But point is, like if you insert yourself into that mentality where failing is not exactly an option, you basically learn to win 90% of your battles, and you start moving forward, and you just feel that, like you can basically feel that throughout life. I'm telling you right now, I'm in a spot where sometimes I'm like really depressed, but most of the time I'm like I'm in a most of the time I actually feel like I have a purpose. I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm fighting for, and I just keep telling myself, you are not gonna lose this battle. Dating 4 years, girlfriend is a few years younger. She calls me old. Yeah, been there, heard that. I know exactly what you mean, man. I know exactly what you mean. It's pretty much been the same thing for me. She calls me old sometimes, but I just laugh at it because hey, I might be 27, but my heart is racing like a 19. So I'm just saying, you know. Technically, I'm younger than her, even though I'm not. No, but just keep that woman close to you, man. Chances are, if you kept her close to you for like 4 years, it probably is not gonna go anywhere. Because after a certain amount of time passes, you basically learn to live with it. You learn that you learn that you just can fight any sort of battle with that person, unless it's kind of like cheating and stuff like that. Which okay, it's over the board, but most of the time you basically learn that you can just fight whatever sort of a battle with that person, and that actually it's not a problem anymore. It's kind of like at the beginning of a relationship where that's more of a problem, because you don't know the other person, you don't know how they're gonna react. The challenges are new, the fights are new, everything like the. But once like 1 or 2 years passes, like it just you kind of like reach that neutral ground where you understand each other. So but yeah, I'm happy for you, man. I am honestly happy for you. Are you like living together, or are you like living separately? So like so far, like what exactly is going on? Are you living with your girl, or are you just living with your family and probably gonna like reunite with your girl like on a second stage? Alright, just a moment, by the way. I gotta get me some water. Okay, I'm back. I live with a flatmate. Rent here in UK is extremely high at the moment. Yeah, I know, man. I know because I got a couple of friends at London. Like, I don't know what city you live in, but I got a couple of friends at London, and they're telling me, man, they are paying 1,200 pounds per kind of like they got a whole floor like all to themselves, but basically they're paying like 1,200 for that stuff for a single floor in a house. I don't know how to explain that. Basically, like, it's not I don't know if you call that a flat. Point is, like, there's such a thing as like shared rooms, and there's such thing as like shared floors. In the case of my friends, they have a floor all to themselves. It's kind of like two of them, and they're paying right now like 1,200 pounds per floor. They're telling me, man, like, it's just the UK right now. It's extremely rough to live in. It's not the same world that it was like 5 or 6 years ago when they first moved to the UK. Right now, everything there is harder. The prices have increased a lot. The expenses have increased a lot. The wages are pretty much the same. Not really too much change. Like, okay, just some change, but not the same increase as the expenses. And yeah, like, and they're working really hard. Like, they're both working in construction, so they're being paid quite a bit of money. And like, technically you're supposed to be paid pretty well and actually make quite a living if you are working in construction or hard working, what we call heavy jobs in Albania, basically. But they're telling me, man, like, they're struggling. They're struggling. Like, they just can't make the living that they exactly want to. So I know exactly what you mean, and it's pretty much the same everywhere. Like, in Albania, where I live, it's pretty much like the same situation as well. The rent that I'm basically paying right now is about 60% of well, not 60, I would say, but 50% of my income. So if I'm paying 50% of my income for my rent, and then I'm also paying also like electricity, I'm paying the water, I'm paying some extra expenses, kind of like how's Albania nowadays? I would say pretty bad to live in. Like, meaning that the rents have just increased too much because we have a big problem with corruption. So what exactly is happening, at least in the capital city where I live in, is that the majority of the new houses or apartments being built are being bought by the crime dealers who are laundering money. So what they're doing with the laundering money, they are like buying houses and real estate in order to like clean their money, and also have to like kind of like they want investments. They don't want hard cash. They prefer more to have like real estate, which makes sense. Point is, like, they're buying all the new apartments. So I would say like the 90% of the citizens in the capital are basically only occupying about 50% of the houses. like the rest of the 50% of the houses, because these people don't even rent them. Like suppose they buy the apartments, but they do not rent them. They only sell. Like they don't rent, they just sell. Sometimes they don't even sell, like they just keep them right there because they expect the value to go up, which of course is going to happen. They don't do anything. So basically they just, and there's no taxes in Albania that basically force you to rent the place or sell it, which is like the worst part ever. So yeah, in the housing section I would say that Albania is doing really bad. The prices, at least for Albanian wages, are pretty high. Like they're about 50% of your income. So it's some really crazy ass numbers. Supposing you're being paid somewhere to around 1,000 euros, which is the normal wage in Albania right now. Supposing you're being paid somewhere around 1,000 euros, the rent of the apartment costs somewhere around 450 to 550, and then you gotta pay the electricity, you gotta pay the water, you gotta pay like the sort of like your cell phone, your house internet, kind of like all those extra expenses. And we haven't even touched the food yet. Like we haven't eaten anything just yet. So you're gonna spend like another 300 or 400 on your food, and you're basically left with like $100 or something, which is basically nothing. And $100, that's gonna cover your clothing, that's gonna cover all your extra expenses, like if you want to buy a new phone or a new fridge or a new TV, or you just get sick or stuff like that, like whatever, man. So I'd say overall the situation in Albania, it's not exactly the best right now. Like there's just not enough money going around. But this is going on in the like basically all countries in the world. It's not just Albania that is struggling right now. I got like friends of mine who have migrated in the whole world. Like I got friends in the UK, I got friends in Germany, I got friends in Italy, I got friends in Israel, and they're all telling me the same thing. I even got friends in the US. All of them are telling me the same thing. The world is basically going to shits. It's not the same world that it was. Everything is going bad by the day. An incoming crisis is almost here. Like I'm starting to believe it. I'm starting to believe it that a crisis is just going to be happening. I don't know when, but I'm starting to believe that it's definitely going to happen. Like a world crisis is just bound to happen. Everything is it's just been increased too much, man. Like the real estate prices are up, the food is up, the taxes are up, like everything is up. Like at a certain point this bubble is just gonna burst. Like even the stocks and everything else, they just, everything is buffed right now. Like we're living in what we call an economic bubble, and when it bursts we are gonna be in some really bad trouble. I don't know, man. Like short term I feel like I figured out like a lot of stuff about me, but like long term I have no idea what is gonna happen to the world or how exactly I'm gonna deal with that, and I'm really scared of the future. Even because of the AI, like this AI bullshit stuff, like it's taking all the jobs that they can. So that's another problem, you know. Like I do realize that there we should basically go to like towards a world where humans don't do much and we basically automate the whole process of the world where we live in. So the robots are kind of like going to take over, the AI is going to take over, like they're going to be like our servants. But I also realize that we are not we just haven't thought about how the freaking hell are we going to distribute health with the AI coming to our world. So that's like a really big issue. Hey, did I miss anything? My cat was having an epileptic attack. Ooh, that sucks, man. Are you like taking medications about her, or? I had a dog with epileptic attacks once, and it was like really sad whenever that happened. I'm telling you, the best thing that happened to the dog is that he died. Of course, he died out of like old age, but I'm telling you, like the best thing that ever happened to him was that he died. Like he just finally is resting in peace right now. No, we were just talking about like the real world out there, like everything that's going on. We were talking about the, I'd say like the situation in Albania, in UK, like everywhere, just how terrible it is. Kind of like the high rents, the low wages, the high expenses, the economic troubles that we are having, and the last thing that we were basically touching was kind of like the era of the AI, where the AI is really proving to be a real problem. Um, because they're taking over our jobs, but at the same time we really haven't thought of a way where even if we automate all the processes, like if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it's Samsung who's done like a fabric full of AI, so there's no humans working there, it's only like machines. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, like you basically created that, but the fact that nobody is working at your fabrics means that, or at your warehouses, it means that people aren't getting paid. So if I'm not being paid as a person, how exactly am I gonna have money to buy your product? It kind of like destroys that economic link or cash flow, if I might say so. Because if as a guy or as a person I don't have a job, therefore I'm not getting paid because the AI got my job and is doing it better than me, then how exactly am I gonna buy the products or the services that you as a company are providing for me? It's kind of like a weird situation where we are basically shooting ourselves. you know we're basically just pointing the gun toward ourselves, and we are just shooting, like putting a bullet to our brain, and we are not even understanding, we are not even finding a solution for that. Like we know that what we're doing, we know exactly where we are going to, and we just aren't finding a solution. Like we only see these big companies right now just focus on the AI, keep developing the AI, they keep like removing people from jobs and just putting computers and the AI instead. And I'm like, okay, fine, like I realize that like you are lowering the costs up to a point, and the AI actually does like a better job most of the time. If it's kind of like a static job, it will do it also without error, so that's another big thing. But at the same time, who's gonna buy your products? Because you're not paying the people anymore. You're not paying I don't know, like the country or whatever. Like, so how exactly are we gonna find the money to buy the products or the services if we do not have a job as people? So that's kind of like the weird thing about the world right now. Like we are shooting ourselves in the back somehow. Didi, what do you think about this, man? What do you think about this multiverse around VR and building an AR world with avatars? Oh, you mean the Meta project, if I'm not mistaken. That failed a couple of years back, but they're just trying to kind of like make a restart out of it, something like that. And yeah, I find it kind of like, I don't know, man. Like if it's kind of like a personal assistant, it makes sense. But building like a multiverse, like a VR stuff like that, no. Like I would just go for the glasses with like a personal assistant, just reminding me of stuff, kind of like an automated assistant. Kind of like, I don't know, something that moves and I can see throughout my glasses. Kind of like a projection, like kind of like the Apple new glasses, which are amazing. Kind of like not the VR though, just kind of like regular glasses that basically let you like see stuff on your kind of like a screen. They kind of, your glasses work like a screen or something. And if you have like I would say like an AI who basically just tells you like, hey man, it's 4 o'clock, you gotta take a shower, or it's 5 o'clock, or maybe it's kind of like, I don't know, it's 25th, it's your mother's birthday or something, kind of like a personal assistant. Like I could go for that. But the problem with the Meta Quest is that what they wanted to do is build a VR world where they simulated the real world. And I remember that people were buying land in the VR world because they wanted to sell it later. You know, I know of a guy who basically bought like bought like the Samsung warehouse or something. I don't know, but he bought the land before Samsung could, and then Samsung wanted that land, and they paid him like millions of bucks to basically buy a virtual land, which is crazy. Like, imagine people fighting for virtual land. You know, just how dumb is that? Like, people were literally buying land in the VR world that Meta built in. Even I was thinking about it at a time. Like, I started to think like, hey, everyone is doing it. Maybe I should start buying some land too. You know, maybe just buy like some land, some where some government facility is. So then the government will actually have to pay me thousands or millions of bucks just to basically have their own facility there, because in the VR world I run it. You know, it's kind of like my facility, and technically they have no claim because they cannot be a claim. It's a VR world. Like, government or companies or like, I don't know, like even Amazon just cannot come to me and be like, hey, you have to sell that because that's our land. Like, no man, it's not. It's just virtual land, you know. I bought it first. If you want it, if you think that this Meta project is so big that you have to basically advertise yourself in here, and you want to have your land just like in the real world, then you're gonna have to pay me. So technically people just made a business out of it, and I'm really glad that it failed. But as far as like having a personal animated assistant who basically talks to you and just reminds you of stuff, it's not the worst part of in my opinion. Like, I would definitely go for that. I just wouldn't go for something like a VR world. Like, what the freaking hell is that, man? Like, not something. Like, I could go for like it might be like a game, but I would never take it seriously. You know, people selling clothes into the VR world. It's kind of like, why? Can you not sell them in the real world? Just imagine, man. Like, it would be like basically like the same thing, you know, stores being open in the VR world and stuff like that. But it's kind of like, hey, how hard will people invest? Like, I remember that there were people doing art inside the Meta. Like, there were people doing art, man. Like, if you wanted to buy your house inside the Meta universe, you were paying real designers to basically design your house within the Meta ecosystem. Crazy, don't you think? Literally crazy stuff. You're paying people thousands of bucks to decorate your illusion of a house. It's cute. Hey man, good night, man. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you being here. I have a VR Meta Quest 2. My friend has one as well. I tried it. It was amazing. Aver, hello. Hello, Didi. I'm pretty sure that I told you hello like 4 times because I saw you. But hello, man. Don't worry about it. uh, yeah, it's supposed to be like the movie Ready Player One. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like a weird notion. Like, I could go for it for like a game, but I would never take it seriously. Like, the whole meta world was kind of like a dumb thing, just came out of nowhere. I was loving the whole idea. Like I said, I was loving the idea of a personal digitized assistant that just basically helps you throughout your day, or maybe gives you like information, reminds you of stuff. Yeah, that's about it. But that's as far as I was willing to go. Lilouch, hey man, welcome. We were talking about the VR world that Meta was trying to build. Do you think that it made sense, or was it just like some bullshit? In your opinion? Because in my opinion, I really feel like it didn't make any sense. It was, they tried to sell it as the very next best thing, but it just was a weird thing. But that's kind of like my opinion. Like, I really want to hear yours. Anyway, while while Lelouch prepares an answer for me, going back into the AI, like I was saying, it's a really weird world where we are living in, because I just don't realize it, man. I just don't realize how the freaking hell we are gonna get paid if we are not gonna be doing any jobs anymore, because AI and robots are supposed to take over. So if we are not doing any jobs, then what is my value as a human in this world? And I was thinking to myself, maybe I'm kind of like paranoid, but I would not get I would not be surprised if they just lowered the population, like I would not get surprised if governments just decide to maybe like lower the population in the world, because at the end of the day maybe we are not needed anymore. Before, we had a value as humans, so the leadership, the politicians, the leaders or whatever of the world, they needed us to do the jobs, they needed us to give them votes, they needed us for so much stuff. But now that the jobs can be taken over by the AI, maybe they do not need 7 billion people or 11 billion people in the world anymore. Maybe they only need like 4 billion or 3 billion. So what is exactly stopping them from just killing us into maybe like a weird way, kind of like something that just doesn't connect to them, just kind of like a poison or the next epidemic of COVID or something, or whatever. Like, why wouldn't they do that? Like, I feel like if up till now they care about us because we are basically are the backbone of the country or the backbone of the world, at the point where we are not needed anymore, why exactly would they keep us around? So I actually fear the world that we are gonna go towards, because the appreciation of the humans is actually going worse by the day. We are not gonna have the same value anymore. So, like I said, it's a weird thing. Like, I would not be surprised if they just cut a few heads here and there. So yeah, the world is definitely going to be even more rough. Like, it's going to be hard for you to be special. Like, right now you have a job, you do something in the world, you fight with people. So if you're good at what you do, then you're special. Technically, you might be coming from nowhere. You might be just someone with no money, nothing, no past, no economic life or nothing, and you just go somewhere. You are really good at what you do, and you just somehow you become like you kind of like become like the Microsoft CEO or something. The guy basically came from India. He was a nobody, but he was really good at his job though, so he earned some really good spots, and now look at him. He's basically the CEO of Microsoft. But like, that's only possible now. But is it going to be possible in the future? Like, no, because the AI is going to be doing your job like 1,000x better than you ever could. Like, it's gonna make the best decisions. It's gonna have more knowledge. The humans are just basically gonna become a second-rate thing. Like, only the most poorest of countries will still have a human workforce, unfortunately. And when that happens, I feel like the world is gonna really go to shits. I don't know when it's gonna happen, like if it's gonna happen like 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or whatever. In my opinion, somewhere in around 20 years that's gonna start to happen as a thing. But like, it's already happening, but in about 20 years it's gonna be at the stage that I'm talking about. And whenever that happens, I would not be surprised if unfortunately our time is over. They ship everyone to Mars. Probably, yeah. Like, I feel like they could do that. They really could. They just really could. But it's kind of like, I feel like we are heading towards a world where we realize that our rights are not going to be valuable anymore, because we are not going to have value as humans anymore. We already do not. Like, even with us being the backbone of the country or the world economy, we still don't have the value for politicians and stuff like that. Imagine what happens at the point where we are not even required anymore. Shit scares me, man. Like, shit scares me. Like, it actually keeps me up at night. If I ever get into like deep if I ever get into like deep thoughts, this is exactly what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking how my time is limited. I'm thinking how I gotta just push and push and push. I'm thinking about how I gotta be the best at everything that I do, because I don't have that much time anymore. I might be paranoid, okay? Maybe the world actually becomes a lot better, but I'm actually paranoid because, truth being said, I don't really trust humans, man. I don't trust us as a species. As a species, unfortunately, we are built to basically survive by ourselves and just not give a shit about the others. You know, yeah, we have some cool stuff like some people do like good deeds, but most of the people, let's be honest, they don't really care. And if they could save themselves to basically if they could kill you to save themselves, they would. They actually would. Like let's be honest, as humans we are not exactly pure. We're not pure at all. Like we just we are really naive, I would say. We don't care about something as long as we are not affected by it. So I don't see why politicians would basically give a shit about us when we are not needed anymore, because all the jobs are covered by the AI. Okay, so we have 2 more forts to do, and then we can just start collecting resources. I really gotta focus on that, and also maybe gotta start making that farm finally to 3269, because I really haven't done so far. I'm really starting to believe that it's time for me to finish that thing now that I can. Where is it? Did I not see like a level 5 fort somewhere around here and it was really close? Or was I mistaken? Level 4, level 4, level 4. Yeah, like a level 5. It was somewhere in here, I believe. Oh, there it is. Yeah. What's with these idiots though? Throwing fireworks at 12 every single day. Come on, like honestly, people are trying to sleep in here. Okay, so I need to join one more fort, and after that we can start. Let's go, one more fort, guys. Come on, please start a fort for me. I would rather just get this over with, please, please. Come on, someone start something. You know, the whole idea of running only one rally when it comes to forts, I never understood that thing. I feel like we should be skipping that limitation. Because, okay, I realize that whenever you are rallying like a city, maybe it needs to be like the only rally, but honestly, even in rallying, like if you are rallying different, I'd say if you are rallying different targets, why should you be limited to only one rally? Why can't you have like multiple ones? You know, like if I want to send like 3 rallies right now to just finish, just rally everything, all my force around me to finish them quicker, like why do I have to wait for one rally to be over so that I can start the next one? I never understood like the limitations behind the the rally, that you can only send one. It feels like a weird notion to me. It's honestly like a really weird thing. Like, okay, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't understand why we have that rule. Like, why exactly can I not? Because now I'm bound to wait for someone else to start a rally so that I can do more than one fort, which is not supposed to happen. Like, I'm basically, it's really destroying my Rise of Kingdoms experience if I have to wait or for my allies to do something about it. You know, why can't I just do what I need to do on my own? You know. And you might be like, well, you know, just get a farm. You know, just get a farm and just then you can have your main city just do a rally, and you can have your farm do a rally, and then you can have your other farm do a rally. And it's kind of like, yeah, but that's basically like a side solution that people figure out. It's not the way it's supposed to work. Like, you're not supposed to be going into like 4 accounts trying to just kill a couple of forts. It has to do with the game retention, keeping players on the game. Yeah, but I'm kind of like limited to the activity of my alliance right now, you know. So that's actually like a really bad thing, because what actually tends to happen right now is that I have a lot of people on my alliance who are basically online, but they are just too lazy to start a fort. So what they do is that they wait for me to start one and then they join, but they don't start one on their own. So now I'm basically bound to do only one rally at a time, which is a really bad experience in my opinion, you know. So I feel like as long as normally the whole idea that you can rally only one target, it makes sense because I cannot send like 5 different rallies to an enemy city. But if it's different targets, technically I should be able to rally them, you know. That's basically what I'm trying to say. "28 more minutes for this one to finish." Alfs. Yeah, Lilith answered in a question and answer that we don't have 1 mil to rallies for force because of that reason. It's a weird thing if you ask me, but yeah. Okay, like let Lilith do Lilith, but I would say it's like a really weird thing that exists. Like I don't know why we have it, but okay. We just respect it, I guess. But right now I'm basically losing so much time trying to start a fort on my own every single time, you know. So I could have finished all of this in like 20 minutes. Instead, I'm actually finishing this in like 2 hours just because of this limitation alone. By the way, Typhoon, how's your kingdom doing, man? Everything alright in there? Are you like preparing for a KVK? Like what exactly is your status right now? Or are you in a KVK? Let me check. Actually, let me check. 3157. No, you're actually not in a KVK right now at the current moment. What happened to your last KVK, by the way? Did you win or were you unlucky? Ah, shit. Come on. Emergency action points. Come on, just give me those books, though. Like, I'm really trying to fight so hard for those books. Now he starts the rally. Okay. 793 books out of a lot more than I need. Okay, we are done in here. We wasted all our daily AP points. We didn't get as many books as we wanted to, but we got something. So we got like 50 more books, if I'm not mistaken. If I compare it with yesterday, I believe we have somewhere around 50 more books. What are we doing here, by the way? Oh, we are pre-matchmaking. We lost last KVK in Alliance Invictus Power Pioneer. We are currently waiting for the third pop for Heroic Anthem or Wires Unbound in a few weeks. Oh, nice. Okay, like, not nice about the fact that you unfortunately lost, but it's okay. Like, it's part of the fight. Like, someone wins, someone loses. Usually, most of the time, more people lose than win, but it just happens, man. Don't worry about it. I just hope that the next KVK can be a lot better for you people. Because I feel like you definitely deserve it. By the way, what is your story behind becoming king of 3157? How hard is it to become the king of an alliance? Oh, of a kingdom. Like, I would never do it right now because I don't have the time to run a kingdom, but I'm really curious about it. How exactly did you make it? Welcome back, Lilouch. Welcome back, man. I didn't know that you left in the first place, but welcome back. Also, Didi, how's it going with your KVK so far? Did the level 7 pass open or still not? This has been our longest off season, and we also want to wait for the new KVK updates for armaments. Understandable. Understandable. Being king is tough. Big respect for all kings. Yeah, definitely, man. I'm telling you, I would never do it. Like right now, the current me, the current Eivor, would never become king. Even if I was like, if I was giving it for free, I would never ever become king right now. Like it's too much work. People blame you every single time that you lose. They don't realize just how not following orders or how not doing what you're being told, or how not optimizing the experience that you have in your kingdom, how not taking part into events, how not doing everything right as a player actually impacts the kingdom, and therefore the king is not exactly to be blamed for everything. But in the end of the day, whenever kingdoms lose, they just blame the king. So I would never become that person, you know. It's I would never work so hard for so little, I would say, recognition, you know. And even if those weren't the cases, truth being said, I'm still at the moment I'm like really busy with my real life to actually find time to become king of an alliance, of a kingdom, to lead them. Just too much work, man. Like every single event you gotta prepare some stuff. You gotta prepare the list, you gotta prepare the rules, you gotta remind the players how to play the event as if it's their first time. You gotta make like Azarius leagues, you gotta make like protect the caravan, just so much stuff that at the end of the day you just cannot. Except for traitors, of course. Yeah, definitely the people who betray never ever deserve respect. But most of the kings are just hardworking people, man, and it feels bad whenever they enter a KVK and they come up short, because you know that they're just gonna be they're gonna get the blame. I became the king of 57 in KVK 3. Nice. What exactly happened though? Like how did you become the king, you know? Were you like did the first kings just leave and the place was, I don't know, the title was free? Like what exactly happened? Were you part of the leadership and you were like selected from your kingdom, or Didi, I gotta go. Okay, man, sure. Thank you for stopping by the stream today as well, brother. I really, really appreciate you being here. I'm sorry if sometimes I just don't have anything interesting to say. Therefore, you come in here, you say hello, and then you just gotta like stay in silence and watch me. And maybe you don't have the best experience, but I'm a human. Sometimes I have some interesting stuff to say. Sometimes I don't have. Sometimes I'm not in the mood. Sometimes just I guess I cover all the specters of of a human, I guess. But that being said, you gotta know that I really appreciate you being part of my stream, and I wish you good night. And I'll see you guys. I'll see you the next time. Don't worry. Going forward. Anyway, I'm imagining that being a king is really, really tough, man. Like all the stuff you just gotta do. Like you also got to think about the strategy of the kingdom. You got to be dealing with the other kingdoms, meaning that you got to do the diplomacy in every KVK. Find your allies, find your enemies, negotiate your rewards or negotiate your losses, or your duties. Just take care of the problems in the kingdom. Like someone attacks someone, the leadership needs to take care of it, or the rogues, or take care of the who's coming in and who's going out of the kingdom. Kind of like the migration season. Like you really gotta position your kingdom exactly where you want it to be. So all of that stuff matters. Like all those micro decisions actually can make the king experience quite a bit. There was a lot of turmoil in KVK 2 and 3. I became a rotational king in KVK 3, as old king was inexperienced. Then players from the old king side were leaking plans to enemy in KVK 3, and all the troublemakers have left, and we have built 57 in KVK 4 and 5. That's nice, man. That's actually really good that you managed to take that position. I don't know how you managed to run it, like just how much time and work and dedication is taking from you, but I definitely respect the fact that you took on the job, if I might say so. Like I wouldn't take it personally. I would not take it right now. Like I remember back in 3212, if I was basically the main alliance was leaving for another kingdom. Not the main alliance. Me and my friends were leaving for another kingdom, which was supposed to be 3157. But we had a really big alliance in 3212, and 3212 wanted access to the alliance, which my friends weren't exactly giving it. So I got offered something that if I were to take control or take charge of the alliance after my friends left, if they were to give it to me, basically, I could become one of the kings. Like, okay, the whole idea is that they offered me a part in the leadership, and I was like, okay, I don't want the leadership, but I really want to be heard by the council. Like if I have a problem, I will be heard by the council, and I want me and my members and my guys who are going to be staying here to actually be listened to. But at the end of the day, I just decided to not do it after all. Yep, I'm one of the two kings in 57. With a stronger leadership team, we have invested a lot into title bots, scan bots, and other backend stuff to improve the kingdom. Yeah, also that. Like all of that is some really heavy duty stuff that you just gotta do. Like you also have to invest money for the kingdom. Like let alone for your personal account, you also have to invest money for the kingdom. Just how crazy is that? Another reason as to why I probably would not become king. It's kind of like I'm not investing money into the game for me. Imagine investing for the whole kingdom. Ouch. Yeah, definitely gonna be hard work in KVKs. Yeah, definitely, man. Like you gotta lead your whole kingdom. You gotta be online 24/7 almost. You or the other guys. So you really have to you really have to hard think about all the possible time that you could find in a KVK. Even if you are offline, you have to leave someone who's gonna be taking on your duties and actually lead the kingdom in a fight. Just do everything the right way. So yeah, you're right about it. It's definitely a lot more relaxed outside of event rules in off season. I would say even off season it's kind of like a pain in the butt if you ask me, because you still gotta like prepare for like the migration season, for the immigration season. You know, just put everything back to work. Remove the guys who haven't done shit. Take new guys in, like all of that decision making. You know. So yeah, big respect to you for actually taking on the role and having the I would say the nerves, the energy, and everything else to actually do it. Personally, I would maybe not have done it. You know, I probably might have struggled a little bit on doing it. I don't even have the time. Like I know for sure that I would decline the position, but even if I had the time, probably I would not be able to do it as good as you. If anything, I've learned that I don't even want to be part of like the leadership in terms of like I don't even want to be an R4 or something. Like I want zero duties. All I want to do into this game is just be a random regular player who is a YouTuber at the same time, but just be like a random player, you know, and just have fun, you know, have my own fun, not worry too much about the running of a kingdom, like just run myself, you know. I've really learned that that's the best way to play this game for me. I'm not saying it for everyone, but for me, this is like the best way to play my game. We have trusted officers I've known from 2653, where I was king as well. We always have an active king, for KVKs now. I mean, that's good. That's actually really good. The fact that you are willing to entrust your officers with the king position as well, like you know, sometimes, man, if you put the wrong person as king, he might literally destroy your kingdom. Leadership definitely isn't for everyone. It's tiring, man. I'm not at the point of my life like I was doing it before. I've been playing this game for, well, I've been playing games like this for at least 10 years. I was playing Kingdoms of Camelot on YouTube about 10 or 15 years back, and I was having fun playing it. Like I was about 15 years old or something like that. Like I was playing it, I was like part of the leadership there. I was like leader of my own alliance, which was in top 2 and top 3, and we were deciding within ourselves like all the KVKs that we were basically having. I was part of the team who was doing everything, like the negotiation, I would say like everything. Like if you want me and my alliance to join the KVK, for example, because it wasn't like the notion of this, like there was a king, but the alliances were divided. Like there was no unification of the kingdom. The main alliance kingdom wasn't basically just trying to unify the kingdom. This is why I love Rise of Kingdoms, because it's the first game that I ever play where the kingdom is unified. This normally doesn't really happen in most of the other games. There's no such thing as a unified kingdom. Usually the kingdom is in chaos. Like I've been playing Clash of Kings, I've been playing Kingdoms of Camelot. The kingdom is in chaos, everyone fights between themselves, and what we actually did is that we achieved peace within a kingdom. But just because the other guy was the king doesn't mean that he was making decisions for my alliance. Like I was the leader of my alliance. I was making the decisions, and if he ever wanted my help into a KVK, he needed to talk to me, and we needed to set the rules, and the rules were easy. None of my members are going to get attacked when we are not in KVK. We are going to be respected. We are going to be giving part of the resources or the stuff, you know. So there was definitely a lot of managing to do back then, but I'm telling you, it was the most tiring experience ever. Lambu! Hey, 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 brother, what up? It's been a while since the last time I saw you. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? But yeah, like I'm telling you, it was like a really weird experience. Like a really tiring experience, man. So the last time that I played Clash of Kings and I was like doing all of this stuff, I remember that our main enemies, well, our main like leaders of the kingdom, I guess, were Chinese people. They were just attacking us all over the time, but we managed to unify like the kingdom, kind of like reach that peace agreement, because they did like two KVKs and they lost the KVKs, and then they were like asking us as to why aren't you joining the KVK? Why are you not helping us? And I was like, my alliance is not gonna help you. Like I had the second biggest alliance in the kingdom. I was like, my alliance is not going to help you in a KVK if you keep attacking us whenever there's not a KVK. So if you want us to win this KVK, this next KVK, you got to be good to us, and we have to determine the rules. And the rules are easy. Peace. If someone attacks from your side, attacks us, then we are just not gonna. We are gonna have a problem. And but all of that stuff, man, just took negotiations, just took time out of my life. I was a student back then. I was like 15 years old. I could manage to do that. Now I'm working like 12 hours, like 10 to 12 hours per day. I have a lot more stuff to do at home, besides like my Rise of Kingdoms, my streaming. I'm also working on my career and everything. I'm going out for a beer. I'm trying to like enjoy myself as a 27-year-old guy. Like I'm trying to enjoy myself throughout life. So I'm thinking, like, whenever I came to Rise of Kingdoms, I said myself, I will never, ever, ever be part of leadership again. Like, all I want to be is a regular member, a regular guy, just have fun and enjoy the game. But I'm not going to be part of leadership because that takes too much work. And I remember the amount of times that I've been offered an R4 position and I've declined. I've been like, no thank you. Like I love this kingdom, it's an amazing place, but no thank you. I don't want to lead anything. Like don't give me that. Don't do that to me, please. So yeah, man, you're right. Leadership is not for everyone, depending on the even as a character, but also in the stage of life that they're in. You know, some people just can do it and some people just cannot, you know. Doing well there, hope you are also. Yeah, man, I'm actually doing amazing. I stopped by a stream a couple of days back. I was looking, but I wasn't exactly typing. I was eating while I was watching your stream, but probably should have said hi, man. And Dracul was here yesterday as well. He told me that you guys are preparing for next KVK. I wish you all the best, and hopefully you manage to win it as well, you know. But yeah, man, overall it's going fine. I just been having like really busy weeks though. Like my last week, not this one, I was working 15 to 16 hours per day. I was waking up at 5 a.m. I was coming home at 9 p.m. You know, I really could not keep up with Rise of Kingdoms at all. And this is the first week that I actually have a little bit of time to come back into my Rise of Kingdoms, to actually grind as much as I used to grind, to come back to doing my live streams, which my last week I only did one, and I'm telling you that live stream that I did, I was basically sleeping. Like I was just, my mouth was running off, but my eyes were closed back in the back end, and I was just, I don't know, man. I said myself, I'm not gonna do a live stream ever again in this condition. So finally I'm back though. Like it's this week is looking good. We are having the normal load at work, meaning like 10 hours, 11 hours at max. You know, it's not the worst. And I can definitely find me those 4 or 5 hours to do some Rise of Kingdoms, to do some live streams, and just take care of some other stuff as well on my daily life. Yeah, respected mate. Sometimes it's best to focus on real life in your game and not your gaming journey. Yeah, like I've been investing too much into games before, so it's about time that the last time that I just gotta get it back, you know. I've been playing League of Legends, which is MOBA, for like 12 hours per day. I've been playing Kingdoms of Camelot, which is kind of like Rise of Kingdoms, and Clash of Kings. I've been playing those games for like 12 hours per day. Once you play this type of games enough hours a day, you realize that you are really missing out on life if you do them long term, you know. and I've really been missing out on life. Like, I'm super behind on some stuff that I gotta do, so right now I'm just trying to chill. I'm saying to myself, you have like 3 to 4 hours at max to play Rise of Kingdoms. I would say like 3 hours at max. Like 4 is too much. 3 hours per day at max is really good, and just stay out of leadership though. You know, just play, just have fun, keep grinding into the game, keep making your account better, keep doing the live streams, because I really enjoy all of this. Like, you know, it really helps me to play the game a lot more whenever I'm talking to someone, whenever it's about the game, or whenever it's about work, or whenever it's about real life. You know, I really enjoy the whole idea of doing my YouTube, because I really meet amazing people like you guys. But that's as far as it goes. Like, I would never go as far as to be part of like leadership, do all of that stuff, like micromanaging the members, the problems, the issues, the diplomacy, the kingdom rank, the kingdom seed, the inactive people, the active people, the KVKs. You know, kind of like just follow the flag, don't follow the flag, listen to my to what I say, and then at the end of the day, whenever a KVK fails, the members just basically come to you and they're like, hey, you suck as a king. So I want nothing to do with that. I want nothing to do with that. Diplomacy and the bullshit surrounding is the worst part of the game. Yeah, like we were basically talking just about that, Lambo, like just how amazing it is for you guys. You and Typhoon are basically both kings of your respective kingdoms, and just how crazy it is for you guys to actually find the time to do that. Like, I respect the hell out of you two for having the nerves, the energy, also the time to manage all of this stuff. Like, personally, at this point of my life where I'm at right now, neither I want to do it and neither I can do it. I don't have the time to do it, even if I wanted to, but I don't even want to do it. I'm just really enjoying my just being a regular player situation. Because if I, like, supposing my last week, you know, like I was working for 16 hours per day. How could I even be a king, man? Like, I could not run shit my last week. I could barely just log in and just waste my AP, just do the forts. Not me. After 2.5 KVKs as R5, I turned leadership over to the others there. Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that you're not a king anymore. I didn't notice that that stuff. But yeah, I realize it. I realize, like, you have a real life as well, and sometimes you just, it goes to the point where you just realize that you just can't manage it anymore. No more nothing for me. If they make me R4, R5 to drop king skill in the KVK, I'm 100% fine with that. But no more leadership responsibility now for at least 2 KVKs. You know, that's also a really good thing whenever you take like time off. Like, I've rarely seen kings take temporary time off. Like, either they quit the position and they never come back, or they just don't do that anymore. Lily brother, hey man, hello, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, man? If I'm not mistaken, it's the first time that I see you into my stream. So did you start in this kingdom? No, I'm actually, like, right now I'm part of the 3152 kingdom, but I'm going to migrate in 3 days to kingdom 3269, and that's where we are going to be starting soonish. So this is where we are going to go, man. This is the kingdom that we are gonna go into. It's actually really cool seed, if I'm not mistaken, kingdom. So it's a relatively good kingdom, I would say. Where's the center? Where's the center? There we are. Like, this is the main alliance, MS69, about 6 billion power, and I don't remember like the kill points that they had, but they were not half bad, and they actually offered me a really good deal when it comes to playing into their kingdom, meaning that in KVKs I can have like 5 to 7 minutes delay at max, which is some really good deal shit. Like, having 5 minutes delay in a KVK streaming, like, just how crazy is that, if you ask me. And yeah, like, I'm just gonna migrate soon. In like 3 days I'm gonna migrate there, and then I'm gonna start grinding in 3269. But for the moment I'm in 3152. Everything is going fine here. The only reason as to why I'm actually leaving though is just because unfortunately 3152 has some really strict rules when it comes to streaming in KVKs. I have to ask for permission to do it, and I don't want to do that because it really messes with my YouTube channel. So as much as I respect everyone in here, we just are not compatible as into what we are looking for. Can't sleep? What you looking at my kingdom for? Get your ass to sleep, man. The only reason as to why I opened the kingdom is because your ass wasn't here anymore. Come on, why are you here? Nah, man, I was just showing Lily where I was gonna migrate. For those who do not know, Scutes is basically the recruiting officer for 3269. He's an amazing person, I guess. I don't know, like honestly, I don't know if just kidding. He's a really good person. Yeah, you just want to have fun, and they're just a little bit too strict. Yeah, I mean they're doing good. Like their own rules, for them, it makes sense. You know, like it's their kingdom. They can run it however they want to. So I respect their decision making. We are not into. I would say like we don't have like a bad relationship with between us. Like I have a really good relationship with both the kings of 3152. Actually, all three of them. Meaning that we are in good talks. We are not fighting or anything about me leaving or about me saying stuff, you know. But at the end of the day, we're just looking for different things, and I talked to them about them. I was like, hey, no hard feelings, but I just gotta go, you know. Death King, thank you for the subscribe, man. I appreciate that. Welcome. You might be the first guy who subscribes to me for like what, 3 weeks or something. I really wasn't expecting you to do it, man. Thank you, I appreciate that. I really wasn't expecting any more subscribers. If anything, I was thinking to myself, I feel like I've hit my max. Nobody's gonna subscribe anymore. Not that it matters too much, but YouTube loves them. To me, not exactly like the biggest deal, but YouTube really loves subscribers. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's like basically like the situation, meaning that everything is going well for 3152 on their own. I'm just looking for something else, and that's why I'm going to 3269. Like I said, Scutes offered me a really good deal, 5 minutes delay per KVK, 5 to 7 minutes delay per KVK, and if the fight is not as important, I can even go without delay, which is even better. So hey, that's the best deal that I got personally. I could not say no to that, and then Typhoon came and he offered me a really good deal as well, but by that time I had said Scutes that I was coming to 3269, so I didn't want to go back on my word, and I just went there. But the deals were similar, like the deal between Typhoon and Scutes were pretty much the same. The funny thing is that I was in the in the 3152 till the end of KVK 1. How was your experience here, man? Like, I don't know who was king in 3152 by the time, but I came at KVK 3, and KVK 3 was, no, I actually came at KVK 4. At KVK 4 it was Cap, it was Savage, and it was Khan. So I don't know who it was before or what happened, because I don't know exactly the history of 3152, but isn't there an option to hide markers and others for streaming which will not cause problems? Yeah, but I gotta get me to the content creation program. Now the only issue that I have on that is that I don't even know where to start with it. One, and like I've sent an email, I believe, to Lilith about it. I didn't get a reply. I don't know if I sent it to the right place or not. But I have to look more in depth into it, but at the same time I don't know the rules about being a content creator program, so we gotta get you in the content creation program so you can get the whitelist to hide the chat and markers when you live stream. Yeah, that would honestly be really good, but maybe like do you have any idea if they have, like, I don't know, some sort of standards, like minimum requirements or like viewership? Because if truth being said, I'm not exactly like the biggest guy on YouTube when it comes to Rise of Kingdoms, so maybe they don't exactly have enough interest to do that solid for me, you know. hit me up, I'll put you in contact with someone. Oh, thanks, man. I'll actually do that first thing tomorrow, if I may. For sure, man. I'll actually contact you on Discord. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Like, you are of really big help for that. Hell, if they let me in, they'll let anyone in. You're amazing, man. I'm not as amazing as you. If I was as amazing as you, I would have no issues in life. Come on, don't do that to me. You're an amazing guy, man. Like, you've been in here for a longer period than I have. You, of course, your viewership is a lot higher, but you are also a more amazing person, meaning that you support the kingdom, so you support everyone so much, man. Like, I'm telling you, like, you are one of the most humble people I've ever seen in the YouTube world, and I've seen plenty, but you are really humble, and I appreciate that. I actually do. I was king there with Xardel. Oh, nice. You were part of the. I didn't even know that shit. So you were part of the kingship. So why did you leave? Why did you actually leave the KVK? I'm sorry. Why did you leave the 3152 kingdom? It was a really strong kingdom, but Khan forgot to open the migration for KVK2, so we only have 25 million less migrate. Oh, that's sad, man. It's actually sad. Apprentice creators don't have much rules. Once you start moving up levels, you gotta do a certain number of videos, shorts per month, and others. Apprentices can just do live streams, have fun, as long as you don't stream about leaks, you should be fine. Yeah, I don't exactly. Yeah, I don't do that, so I'm probably not gonna have that issue. I don't really deal with leaks and stuff like that. Like, I'm usually the last person to know about changes. Okay, that being said, we finished our Looking Scrolls for this season as well. Let me just go in here. When do I open this? Do I have to wait for the end of the season? Probably, yeah. It seems like I gotta wait for the end of the season. Okay. Sad, because I wanted to refine my iron cloak as soon as I could. My hope cloak as soon as I could. All the best, mate. Gotta go. Thank you for the great stream. Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate you being here. Literally 2 hours with me. Like, just how crazy is that, man? I really appreciate your support for being part of my YouTube channel. And don't worry about it. I'm probably gonna end my streaming in a couple of minutes as well, because it's about 1 AM here and I gotta sleep too. But thanks, man. I really appreciate you staying with me for so long. Anyway, Lambu, really thanks about that, man. Yeah, definitely. We can maybe. What do you need? Like an email or stuff like that? But I guess we're gonna discuss that in messages. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that would really help me quite a bit, because truth being said, I don't even want to create trouble for Skewt and the rest of the guys. And if I had the removing of the flags and everything else, it would really help me to make a lot better content for my YouTube channel. But at the same time, I would create less trouble for my kingdom, because I don't really want to go somewhere and just basically leak information about my kingdom. Like, that would be really sad. That's like the main reason as to why we had a problem in 3152. Anyway, that being said, guys, like I said, I really gotta call it a stream. I'm super tired right now, and it's almost 1 AM my time. I gotta get me something to eat, I gotta take me a shower, and I gotta sleep, because I start my work at 6 AM and I gotta wake up at basically 5 AM, which is 4 hours from now. And when I finish all the stuff that I said, 3 hours from now. So I'm gonna be having only 3 hours of sleep, and I gotta get my ass to work. So that being said, people, I thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate you, love you all, and I'll see you guys in probably the next stream. See you, and wish you all a great night. And peace out. I usually have a new marker up every minute anyway, nothing much to leak. Yeah, I know, man, but if I could have that option, it would be 10x more amazing. Okay, really gotta go though. Thank you all.